Welcome back. So I got up this morning and couldn't figure out what that light was coming into my house. It was the sun. I haven't seen it in so long. Feels good. I'm going on the road again. This is my second winter trip. As you can tell by my title, this is a long run. I'm going down to Lake Mohave on the Colorado River. It's about 18 and a half hours drive, and I'm going to try to do it in one day. I fished, I've mentioned this many times, I used to fish the Juan Bass Pro-Am tournaments when I lived in California. I fished a bunch on Lake Mead, and I fished a handful on Lake Havasu. I never fished Lake Mohave, so this will be my first time. I'll tell you a quick story about, it's probably been about 25 years now, right around 2000. I didn't have my Ranger yet. I had a tracker aluminum boat. We had a tournament, a Pro-Am tournament on Havasu, and I decided to go a day early and bring the boat with me and fish the Friday before the weekend tournament. And I was out there fishing, and these two guys came over in a fishing game boat, and the guy, they asked for my license. That's why they came over to me. And then one of them asked me if I'd caught any smallmouth. And at that time, not only had I not caught one, I never saw one live. I only saw them on TV. So I said no, and I asked him, well, why are you asking me that question? And he said, well, we've invested millions of dollars to try to turn the Colorado River into a world-class smallmouth fishery. And he was telling me, remember, this is 2000, so 20-something years ago. They had sunk artificial habitat in the lake. They put rock rubble, and that they stocked juvenile fish. And you fast forward now 20-something years. I was watching the U.S. Open, the Juan Bass U.S. Open last fall on Lake Mohave, and I hardly saw a largemouth brought to the scales. They were all smallmouth. So I'm expecting it to be a smallmouth bite, pre-spawn. I'm going so far south that I really do figure I'm going to be catching shallow pre-spawn fish. They may even be some on beds, I don't know. But that's the plan, 10 feet or less, and I'm committing to it. This is my opening for day one. I'm committing to it on day one to try to establish some kind of a shallow water pre-spawn bite. So I just figured I'd show you real quick. I'm assuming the water is really clear because it's a desert lake and there's no runoff, from the mountains. So I'm guessing it's clear, but I've got a spinnerbait tied on. The other thing is this lake, when I look at the map, they got bluegill, sunfish, crappie, threadfin shad. All of those fish have some color in them. So, but I only throw a chartreuse spinnerbait anyway. But this is going to be around brush only because I just think it's going to be a real clear water, and I don't have any confidence in it. So if I get around heavy brush, I'll throw the spinnerbait. I haven't thrown this. I don't hardly ever throw these anymore. I call these flukes, but fluke is actually a brand name that I think Zoom makes it. I don't even know who makes this. I actually call them sluggos because years ago, a guy named Herb Reed, he started a company, and he made the first ever soft plastic imitation fish. They'd never had one before, and he called it a sluggo. There's only been a handful of lures in the history of bass fishing that have revolutionized, made an impact. The Senko, the sluggo. You see guys now, or you see lure companies now. They're all knockoffs. Like the original sluggo. Now you got the fluke, and everybody makes one of these. And same with the Senko. Everybody makes one of those. They're hardly ever an innovative new bait. It's just a remake of a bait that somebody already used. So this is going to be for heavy brush also. The spinnerbait and this guy right here. I've got a little piece of lead in here to help it sink, and this is I'm throwing this on braid, because if I throw this down, I want to let it sink into heavy cover, and then I got to try to get that fish out if I get one. So I got this on braid. I've got, this is going to be the bait I'm going to use the most. The sinking minnow. This is my search bait. This is my version of forward-facing sonar. So when I pull into a cove, I throw this, especially clearwater smallmouth pre-spawn, because that's what I do here. This is fair. This lake probably won't even be as clear as Mohave, but it's, you know, smallmouth, the pre-spawn. I'm probably going to be fishing in Mohave the way I'll be fishing here in a month. Same pattern. So I put the chartreuse. It's chartreuse. It's got blue and white on the tail to imitate those bait fish, or those forage that I was talking about. So this is going to be what I'll be throwing the most to start until I figure something out. And then I'll have a Senko on here. If I see visible cover, a big boulder, a stick up, something visible, I'll throw a Senko at it. And then I'll have, the last one is the craw that I used on Shasta on day 2. The way I fish this on my lake is, if I run into a group of fish, say I catch a couple on the sinking minnow, I'll fish the area. I'll drag this in that area to try to get the less aggressive fish. This is too slow to be a search bait, so I have to know they're there. This is where the forward-facing sonar guys, you know, have a one-up on this kind of fishing. They already know they're there. So that's the approach. I got the map. I got the outdated topographical map, and I'm going to show you my day 1 plan. Let me show you that now. Okay, that's Cottonwood Cove Marina. That's where I'm launching. And day 1, I'm going to go only fish north of the marina. So I'm going to launch out of here. There's right in, let's see, where am I here? Right from the ramp up to about here is probably good fishing, because it's got that sunken habitat, that artificial stuff. It's got rocks, but I don't like fishing near the ramps. So I'm going to run north. I'm going to start, let's see here, right here. I'm going to start in this small Copper Mountain Cove. It shows brush in the back of the creek. The lake is down about 4 or 5 feet right now. I don't know, you know, if this brush is in the water still or not, but there's brush there, and then all the green represents brush. So there's brush all the way up. A lot of this green you see is on shore. It's not in the lake, but there's also brush in the lake, like right here some. And I'm gonna fish it all the way to here. So this entire part of the lake from, I lost it. Hang on, let me find it right there. Copper Mountain Cove. And I'm going to be, you know, searching for fish, looking for a pattern. When I get to the top here, I will make a decision on what to do next. About 2 miles north, where this map ends, there's a section of more of this small coves and brush. So if it's working, I'll continue north. If not, I'll cross over. If you look at this, like, see this here, how there's no contour lines? That's because the channel, it's deep all the way to the bank. I'm not going to even bother with that. That's you know, too deep for me. But now when you get over here, Arizona Bay, I'll probably, when I get to here, I'll probably drop shot in here where the deep water comes up to the bay. I'll probably spend a little time just looking around there. But anyway, there's my playground for day 1. North of Cottonwood Cove. Try to establish something 10 feet. I'm going to be fishing, except for this one spot right in here where I made drop shot. It's going to be a 10 foot or less. Fishing the sinking minnow. I showed you the lures, and I'll hopefully come up with some sort of a pattern on day one and go for there. So I'm going to be Monday morning. I'm going to be right out here in front of this mouth of this cove, and I'll see you then. Well, they say, somebody a long time ago said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Well, my journey's more than 1,000 miles, but this is my first step. So I'll be there in about 18 or 19 hours. I made it. So I left my house at 4 o'clock this morning, and it's about midnight. Took me 20 hours. I don't recommend it. If you're familiar with the old Twilight Zone series, the old ones from the 60s, the black and whites, they were created by a guy named Rod Serling. Go on YouTube, see if you can find the one. It's one of the first episodes he did. I'm pretty sure it's called Where Is Everybody? And the actor who stars in that one is his name is Earl Holliman. If you've watched that episode, after about hour 15, that guy was me. Or I was him. Okay, I'll see you on the water. I made it. This is Lake Mohave. I'll tell you one thing, I overdressed. I'm already sweating. I actually brought a jacket. Okay, first, I'm out of breath. So, remember I was at Shasta and I had breakfast and the lady said, oh, did you fish the tournament yesterday? I was over here paying my bill for the motel, and the lady said, did you fish that tournament they had here yesterday? I said, no, I didn't. I just got in. I didn't know they had a tournament. Oh, yeah. She said, the fish were so big that the guys that were lifting the bags could barely lift the bags, and I know why. That brings me to my next point. When I say this water is as clear as a swimming pool, I'm not kidding. It's as clear as a swimming pool, literally. And I think they're on beds. But I'm not sight fishing. But if I'm working, this is Copper Mountain Cove. I'm starting in here. If I see one, I'll spend 5 minutes trying to catch them. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. So I'm starting in here. I'm starting late. I had to wait till 9 o'clock for them to open. Let's see, what else? That's it. I'm ready to go fishing. So I'm starting in this cove right here. I'm weighing. Look at this water. It's so clear. Let's see. That's 10 feet right there. I pitched my Senko to these tulies, didn't get a bite, came in here, saw 2 fish. So I got a feeling these fish are not easy to catch because it's so clear, and I don't know what kind of pressure they get. This place is really big, but that tells me they're picky. They're not eager. But anyway, I'm going to keep working. I'm still in Copper Mountain Cove. I ran the jerk bait down here, didn't get a bite. Pitched these, didn't get a bite. I still got all this. I'm going to try to get something out of here so that I have some confidence going in. There's so many of these little coves like this all over this lake. You could spend a long time fishing them. But man, look how clear that water is. That's crazy. GoPro, start recording. Got my first one. He's not very big, but oh, never mind. I lied. I lied. He was swimming to the boat. Boy, is this a bass? I'll tell you one thing, whatever it is, he's pulling. Got him on the sinking minnow. Man, this can't be a bass, right? Let's at least see him. Come on, buddy, get up here. That's the other thing, he's not jumping. What do they got in here? Oh, they probably have all kinds of stuff in this place. All right, that's enough. I've seen enough. Get up here. Get up here. I know one thing, if this is a bass, it's big. Now, it could be a big smallie. Where? Oh my God, what is that? Here we go again with the catfish. Come here. All right, time to get you up where I can at least see you. I can't get him up. Let's at least see what you... Oh, there it is. What is that? Trout? That is a big something. It's not a bass. Oh, it's a striper. That's right. I forgot. They got stripers in here. Oh, yeah. In fact, when I was fishing those tournaments, you know, way back when, 20 years ago, Lake Mead was overrun by these guys. I completely forgot about stripers. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Well, that explains it. Do they have teeth? I don't know. Do you have teeth, buddy? All right, come here. I just don't want to get a hook in me. I'm doing this very bad, I know. But... Jesus, John. I don't think he has teeth. Oh, come on, you dummy. Oh, no, they don't have teeth. Oh, I can't get him in the boat. Ugh. I'm going to weigh him. It's not a bass, but I'm going to weigh him anyway. Ugh, get that off. Sorry, pal. Wish you were a bass. I really wish you were a bass. Yeah, I completely forgot about stripers. That means, oh man, knock it off. I can't see. What happened? Oh, I'll bet he's bigger than... You think he's bigger than 15 pounds? This scale only goes to 15. No, he's 9 pounds, 14 ounces, almost a 10 pounder. Imagine if I had a 10-pound bass. Well, that's not what we're after. All right, buddy, sorry. Okay, I've been fishing 2 hours. I lost one. I had a couple of followers, but I don't have a bass in the boat. So I don't know why, but I decided to run north as far as I was planning on fishing, and that's where I am. And I'll tell you something funny. I thought when I looked at the map, I marked out north of the marina. I said, okay, I'm going to fish all this water in day one. I couldn't fish this water in a week, so I'm just going to pick areas. This is a big cove. I'm going to spend time in here. I don't really know. I don't have a confidence bait yet. I can't fish anything slow because I just don't know where they are. So it's either going to be the spinner bait or the jerk bait. Probably probably the jerkbait. I just have a little more confidence, but the wind's blowing good, and the spinnerbait works in the wind, so I'll alternate. If I ever run into some bass, I'll stop and fish the craw. But so that's what I'm doing. I don't know the name. I think it's Sheep something Cove. I'm still on the Nevada side, and I mean, seriously, this is like its own lake. There's a lot of water here. So I'm gonna get started and see if I can come up with something. I had two big smallies follow my sinking minnow to the boat. I think they're smallies. They're real dark. I got one on the spinnerbait. Feels like a decent fish. It ain't a 10-pound striper. Oh, it came off. Well, that was my first bass. There's one. GoPro, start recording. Right at the boat. Right at the boat. Don't come off. I need one fish. I don't want to get skunked. He's not that big, but that's okay. Come here, buddy. I think I'm going to fish the spinnerbait, and I'll tell you why. It's, oh, he's not bad. It's, come here. It allows me to cover water, and there's so much water. You know, the jerkbait, it takes too long. So this is, and the weather's right for it, the wind. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna throw the spinnerbait. I'm gonna beat the bank. Oh, I tell you what, he's healthy. I got a problem. My problem is the device that charges my video batteries, it busted somehow on the drive over. I go. And 3 pounds, 10 ounces. 310. So I got a problem. I can't charge my batteries. Just in case he's the big boy. 310. I got a spare device. It's one of those with the USB thing. I got a spare in the truck. So when I get back tonight, I'm gonna wire it into there, and hopefully I'll have them for tomorrow, but it's gonna be a little dicey. This camera's probably not gonna last all day. What'd I say? 310. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna work that spinnerbait. Got number 2, if it's a keeper. Nope. Maybe. I got that other camera down for 2 reasons. I'm running around, and those batteries aren't going to last. So what I was going to do was, if I catch any quality fish, I'll do like I did over at Shasta. I'll stick them in the live well real quick, set up the camera, and then do that. Oh man, I got him good. Oh, I got him good. I found, I'm going to call it a pattern, but I found what I'm going to be doing pretty much the whole time I'm here. You know, I'm going to weigh him. He might be a pound. I threw the Senko like to the tules in the backs of these coves. I did that till my arm was gonna fall off. Oh God, he's one. Are you kidding me? Wow, he's 1 pound 5 ounces. Look at that. You know what it is? He's fat. These fish are healthy. 1.5. So he counts. I'm not ashamed to write him down. I'm gonna set the camera up, the big camera up. Okay, 1.5. That's number 2. Okay, I just want to real quick, I just caught a 1.5. Here's what I've determined. I'm not going to pitch the Senko to the tules. That didn't work. It's hard to see, but in these coves, there's areas of rock and they're dark. So you see light bottom and then you see the dark bottom. That's my second keeper smallmouth, and I've lost 2 other ones doing that. And the way the wind's blowing, the spinner bait's the perfect bait for this. So I'm just gonna run the coves, and if you look close you can see it. It's hard. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's dark spots. Those are rocks. So I'm going for smallmouth, round rock, spinner bait, and I'm just gonna run the coves. That's the second one. I don't know what time it is. I've been fishing 3 or 4 hours, so that's my best bet at catching a limit, I think. And the wind's blowing pretty good. I'm working my way back. I went all as far north as I was planning on going. I'm working my way back now, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll set this camera up if I catch a good fish and just like to show it. There's a little guy. You know, I thought the other one was a little guy, so I'll get him in the boat. You know, they're bigger when you get them out. And he might actually be a pound. Look at that. I did not get him. I don't think he ate that. I think he smacked at it. Oh man. I had to come over to the Arizona side. I was getting beat up over there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. That was not, oh, maybe I got him. No, I don't think I hooked him. I don't think he bit it. I think he swiped at it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see a 1. I can't see. I do see a 1. 1.4. 1 pound 4 ounces. Boy, I didn't come to Lake Mohave to catch 1 pounders, but right now I'm going to try to get a limit, and then maybe I'll get bigger ones. I don't know. It's rough. You know, it's funny is they said Monday, Tuesday was supposed to be sunny and calm, and Wednesday the wind was supposed to blow. Well, I'll tell you what, if this is calm, I'm not looking forward to Wednesday. I was hoping that the fishing gods were going to take into account that I drove 20 hours to get here and give me a break with the weather, but you know what? They don't care. I'm just trying to find water I can fish without getting beat to hell. I'm going to go right in here for a while. I'm close to the ramp. I don't want to go too far. That poor guy there, he was starting to go, and man, he was getting bounced. He turned around and went back. It's rough here today. Okay, I'm calling it a day early today. I just can't fish, and I've actually got to. I was supposed to have some sort of a park pass, and I didn't have time to get it, so I'm actually in violation over there, and they close in a half an hour, and I want to go make that right. And I got to fix my my charger thing, and this is just, I'm not having fun doing this, so I'm gonna pack it up. I caught 3 keepers. I'm not gonna total it up. I'll try again tomorrow. I'll go over day 2 on the map. If it's blowing like this, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but anyway, that's it for day 1. Okay, see ya.